Independence struggle. Michel was attracted to anti-colonial ideals and began his political activities in the Miguel Bombarda Hospital in Lorraine-sur-Marne, where he protested against the fact that black nurses were paid less than whites doing the same job. Michel decided to leave Lorraine-sur-Marne, when a white anti-fascist, the pharmaceutical representative João Ferreira, warned him that he was being watched by the Portuguese political police, the PT. He slipped across the border, and made his way to join Frelimo in Dar es Salaam, via Swaziland, South Africa, and Botswana. In Botswana, he hitched a lift on a plane carrying recruits of the African National Congress of South Africa to Tanzania. Impressed by the young Mozambican, a senior ANC official J.B. Marks, according to Joe Slovo, bumped one of the ANC recruits off the flight to let Michel on. In Dar es Salaam, Michel volunteered for military service, and was one of the second group of Frelimo guerrillas sent for training in Algeria. Back in Tanzania, he was put in charge of Frelimo's own training camp, at Kongwa. After Frelimo launched the Independence War, on September 25, 1964, Michel soon became a key commander, making his name in particular in the grueling conditions of the eastern area of the vast and sparsely populated province of Niassa. He rapidly rose up the ranks of the guerrilla army, the FPLM, and became the head of the army after the death of its first commander, Philippe Samuel Magaya, in October 1966. Frelimo's founder and first president, Eduardo Mundlin, was assassinated by a parcel bomb on February 3, 1969. His deputy, Reverend Duria Simango, expected to take over, but instead the Frelimo Executive Committee appointed a presidential triumvirate, consisting of Simango, Michel and veteran nationalist and poet Marcelino dos Santos. Simango soon broke ranks, and denounced the rest of the Frelimo leadership in the pamphlet Gloomy Situation in Frelimo. 7. This led to Simango's expulsion from the Liberation Front, and the election, in 1970, of Michel as Frelimo president, with Dos Santos as deputy president. Like the late Mundlin, Michel identified himself with Marxism-Leninism, and under his leadership these positions became central to Frelimo, which evolved from a broad front into a more Marxist party. The new commander of the Portuguese army in Mozambique, General Calzada Arriaga, boasted that he would eliminate Frelimo in a few months. He launched the largest offensive of Portugal's colonial wars, Operation Gordian Knot, in 1970, concentrating on what was regarded as the Frelimo heartland of Cabo Delgado in the far north. Calzada Arriaga boasted of destroying a large number of guerrilla bases, but since such a base was just a collection of huts, the military significance of such supposed victories was dubious. Michel reacted by shifting the focus of the war elsewhere, stepping up Frelimo operations in the western province of Tete. This was where a massive dam was being built at Cahora Bassa, on the Zambezi, to sell electricity to South Africa. Fearful that Frelimo would attack the dam site, the Portuguese set up 3 concentric rings of defense around Cahora Bassa. This denuded the rest of Tete province of troops, and in 1972 Frelimo crossed the Zambezi, striking further and further south. By 1973, Frelimo units were operating in Manica and Sofala province and began to hit the railway from Rhodesia to Beira, causing panic among the settler population of Beira, who accused the Portuguese army of not doing enough to defend white interests. The end came suddenly. On April 25, 1974, Portuguese officers, tired of fighting 3 unwinnable wars in Africa, overthrew the government in Lisbon. The coup was almost bloodless. Nobody came onto the streets to defend Prime Minister Marcelo Caetano. Within 24 hours, the Armed Forces Movement, MFA, was in full control of Portugal.